I'm Varun Gowda. I am from India and I graduated from the David Eccles School of Business. My background is in electronics and communications engineering, and I started my early career with IBM working as a system analyst. And then I moved on to Infosys, where I worked as a project developer for Citi Private Banking Wealth Management. Early on in my career, I realized that if I had to climb up the ladder, I needed some skills, managerial skills. An MBA was the right decision. And then I had several schools on my radar where I wanted to get an MBA. I had some schools in India, but then I wanted to get out and get a global perspective. I wanted to get a global educational experience. And Salt Lake was the easiest of all the choices that I had because there was one thing unique about the David Eccles School of Business, and that was the Lausanne Entrepreneur Program. There are very few schools that give you an experience, an entrepreneurial experience. Remember that classroom education is much more different from the entrepreneurial experience. You need to be an expert in all the areas, be it finance, be it marketing, be it operations. You need to know it all. And you only get that from the best faculty that are here at the David Eccles School of Business. Say, for example, I started my first job just a few weeks ago, and my first task was to actually go out and design an organization structure. And this was taught by Scott Schaefer in his organizational economics. It was the most brilliant thing for me to do because you actually get to use what you learn in the classroom, and that was a great experience for me. The best educational experience that I've had here at the David Eccles School of Business was going through the Lausanne Entrepreneur Program. Being in a university setting, which is ranked second next to MIT for starting the highest number of companies in a given fiscal year, and that was the University of Utah. As a Lausanne associate, I got to work on 3 projects, start 1 company, and 1 joint venture. And this all happened during my MBA program. Being in the Lausanne program, I had an opportunity to interact with venture capitalists, pitch them real technologies, work on real technologies, developing business plans, financial models, and competing in some of the business plan competitions across the nation. Having this experience during your MBA program was something great because I could learn something from it and come back to class and reevaluate what was the one thing that I wanted to get out of the MBA program. And this happened every single day in every single class. My first project at the Lausanne was working with the Huntsman Cancer Institute on commercializing a cancer research information system that they had developed in-house. And my second project was starting a company called Akadi Technologies, and I was actively involved in starting the company. We wrote the business plan, we got the funding, and the company was incorporated as a University of Utah startup. And that also highlights the fact that University of Utah stands second only next to MIT in starting the highest number of startup companies, and University of Utah had 26 startup companies. Now that's something what an MBA wants to do. You've got to be in this kind of a place to do all that. I am from India, and definitely coming into Salt Lake City for an education was something that I had to really give a serious thought. And when I came here, I realized that I had made the right decision because I not only had friends from India, but I also had friends from all over the world. And having that diverse environment just made it much more easier for me to blend into this culture, blend into this environment here, and kind of settle down and focus on my learning. Because that was one of the biggest concerns that I had. Would this take a hit on my education, moving into a different culture? And it was absolutely a smooth transition. Not only because of the nicest people here, but also the faculty was great. We had great mentors, and we also had great support from the school overall. At David Eccles School of Business, one thing leads to another that really changes your life. I came here for an MBA program. I had an internship with USTAR, which is Utah Science, Technology, and Research. And that happened because I was in the Lausanne Entrepreneur Program. And soon after I finished my USTAR, which is the Utah Science, Technology, and Research internship, I was offered a job to be an innovation manager at a company in Research Park, where I'm heading the carbon sequestration and the geothermal research program. They've also hired me to look at India initiatives, wherein this institute wants to expand in India in geothermal and carbon sequestration. So really, your life does change once you get an education at the David Eccles School of Business.